So hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Life Insights with Dr. Mercy. Yeah. Um we're still fighting for Mohbad. You understand? We're still fighting for Mohbad, but if you've been following me, I know I don't have so many followers, but the few people who are following me, if you have been listening to me, I I I delve into things as I'm led by the Spirit of God. It got to a point on Mohbad's issue. I saw all the hanky panky that was going on, all the lack of integrity. You understand all the. I'm like, I moved back a little bit, but I'm observing. You understand? I'm praying. I'm on my knees, and I'm praying, and I'm asking God, God, please, give us victory concerning this issue, and God will give us victory. You understand? Yeah, God will give us victory. I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God. Everything that is going on, even with the latest behavior of Prime Boy, my ears are open. I'm observing, I'm listening, and I'm praying. I'm like, God, please do not allow the wicked ones to continue to thrive, and allow, people that put their trust in you to be put to shame, to be marginalized and all of that. So, justice for Mohbad is still on. It's not like I gave up, but we have to continue to bring other, content that we have, on this channel. So last post, I started a content. I said we're gonna be focusing on the family, how families need to prepare their minds, before the jackpot. And I said to you, if you're not a Nigerian, you will say, what does it mean to jackpot? And I said it's just a slang that is associated with the massive, relocation of Africans from all over, wherever in the world, into the Western world. A lot of people are trooping into Canada, into the UK, into the US. So that's how Nigerians started using the word coinage as japa. Japa means to, to run out, run away, escape, that kind of stuff. So I started a story, just to buttress my point that the family is very important, and the family needs to be strong, needs to be united, needs to, be a very strong support. You understand? And the family too needs to understand what they're about to, jackpot into. You don't just get up, bundle your family, your wife, your children, and just jackpot like that into America, into Canada, into wherever you want to go to. You need to sit down, you need to ask questions, you need to, prepare your minds, you need to pray, you need to, you need to make up your minds to be there for one another, because on this side, people don't really tell you everything. And there's really it's not really possible, let me say, to tell you everything. But the fact remains, what I'm trying to say, the fact remains that in every society there are challenges. Different geographical locations have different culture, right? So the culture you're used to in Nigeria is different from the culture you're going to come into, either in America or in London and in Canada. So I would think is good. You learn a little bit about the culture. Also ask questions about what the career you want to pursue, before you pick up your bag and run off. I started by saying in my last video that you need the backing of one another in the family. You need, to have also the Spirit of God, the love of God binding you together as a family. You need it. Couples, you need it. Children to parents, you need it. Parents to children, you need it. Because when you come into America, for instance, I was talking about from my own experience, right? I'm not saying disclosure that my experience is going to be your experience, but I'm saying that it's good. You have your minds prepped, you have your minds prepared, to be able to receive the cultural shock and adjust positively, but you need the family, the strong backing, the support that comes from a cozy home, a loving home, a supporting home. You need it to thrive, and you need the Spirit of God, to bind you, the love of God to bind you guys together. Honestly, you need it. You need it. So you need it. So in my last video, I told you that if you want to find out why the students stole my phone and what happened, I said you should meet me in the second part, and so welcome to the second part. So one day I went to work, and I went to work in a middle school. So I went to work as a substitute teacher. I told you I was talking about my experience as a substitute teacher. This very day that I'm telling you, I cried. And you will hear why I cried just in this segment. So I went to work, I clocked in, and then they assigned me to a class, right? So when I got into the class, these students were very, very unruly. When I say unruly, let me tell you what they were doing this day. That's I was a substitute in their class, substitute teacher. These students were playing music with speakers. They came into the classroom with speakers to amplify the volume of their phone. Yeah, the music they were playing. And then they were dancing like they were in the club. I'm telling you, they climbed the chairs, some climbed the lockers, like ignoring my presence. Because I'm a substitute teacher, like, who are you? And so I was trying to calm them down. I said, how would you be doing this in a classroom? Yes, your original teacher is not here, but I'm responsible for you guys today. I mean, you can't do this. Turn off the music, sit down. Let's do something more productive. Like I told you in my last video, you don't teach them anything. The original teacher would have left some work, printed out. Then you have to pass it out to them based on their schedule. If it's science, if it's math, whatever, they're supposed to be doing. You pass out the paper to them for them to do, like, hard copy paperwork, right? These ones won't sit down. No. They saw it as a day of freedom. Oh, our teacher is not here. We don't care. This substitute that is here, we don't care about her. And they wanted to turn the classroom into a disco party venue, like they're in the club. They were playing some crazy music and twisting their body, boy and girl, like facing each other, holding each other, dancing like they were in the club. And I had to stop them. And then After that episode, some of them wanted to be going out of the classroom and, like back and forth without control. So I also got up from the teacher's seat where I was sitting. My handbag was there, my wallet was in my bag, my phone was in my bag. So I went to the door to stop those ones that were trying to, go out and come in at will. Because the authorities are going to see you like someone who does not have classroom control. Yeah. They will see you as someone who does not have classroom control if the students are doing whatever they like. So I went to the door and I'm like, you can't also just be going out and coming back when you lie without permission. I'm telling you, I walked that day with an unruly set of students. So while I stood at the door, you know what they did? Because my attention got distracted. I didn't know when they sent one of them to go to the teacher's table, and they saw my bag where I left it under the table. They took my phone. They took my phone out, and they were about to take my wallet. I think maybe I turned because I was at the door trying to control those who were going out and coming in, the way they like. I tried to stop them. I said, no, you can't be leaving the classroom anyhow. You need to sit down and get your work done. My dear, these students took my phone and they tried to take my wallet. That would have, like, in the wallet, you have your, your bank card, you have your ID, you have, my dear. So, later on, I didn't even know what they did to me. So later on, I had to take them either for lunch or something. I took them down for lunch. Then I came back to the class. I think that was when I discovered I saw my bag. I'm like, this bag is half unzipped. Then I just saw my wallet, like someone wanted to take it. It was just at the tip of the bag. And then I looked for my phone was gone. What would you do as a substitute teacher? Your first experience in the US of A. I went to the office, I lodged a complaint. I told one VP, he said, go and tell the other one, go and tell the principal. I was just going all over the place. You won't believe that when the VP called the students together to ask them, because he said he was going to ask them, and he took his time. It's not like he asked them immediately. He took his time. So he called a group of them into one room and he told me to leave. He didn't want me to be there to hear what he was asking them and what they would say. He told me to excuse them. I excused them. Whatever he asked them or whatever they said to him, he just came out and told me that they said when they asked me earlier on if I had a phone, that I said no. Wow. I heard myself, and then later on I pushed until I was able to see the principal himself. And then the principal said, how do you want me to know who stole your phone? You should have carried your bag with you. Out of how many, is it 700 students? That is your fault. You should have had your bag on your shoulder. Wow, what a cultural shock. Wow, I was wowed that day. I heard myself and I was still like, is this happening to me or someone else? None of these students were not like, they didn't care. That's just the way, to put it. And you heard what the principal himself said to me. and the VP, the vice principal. Nobody showed, like, I was like in the midst of a lot of people, but I was so lonely and so disappointed and so like, I said, God, what a day. They made a way with my phone. And one of them had the phone, but they all lied. They lied against me that when they asked me if I had a phone, I said no. That was when I was stopping them from playing music in the classroom. And so they wanted to get back at me. They wanted to teach me a lesson that they taught me a lesson of my life that day. Oh, we're going to deal with you. You don't want us to play music. You don't want us to be loud in the classroom. You say you don't have your phone. I didn't know when they sneaked to my bag, took out my phone, almost made out with my wallet. And probably I turned because when I was standing at the door, it was almost like I was backing the teacher's table. That was how they took my phone till today. I held myself. I held myself. There was nobody to help me. Nobody. They didn't even say, oh, we'll search the camera or anything. The principal wasn't nice to me. Neither the VP. Said there's nothing they could do. And the principal told me it was my fault. I should have had please, how would I have known that the students still, when we are coming to America, we think that, hey, America is a holy land. Evil doesn't happen there. We're going to meet angels. Yes, everybody in America is, is beautiful. It's all about positivity. We don't think about anything negative. You will learn when you come. I remember last week I went for mammogram. I was locking my car. And my younger sister in Nigeria was on the phone with her. She said, oh, you lock your car too in America? I said, I will not lock my car. He said, they still there. They still cars there with all the security. I said, which security? I said, before security, we put mouth in your matter. You will suffer it. Your car would have been gone. Your car would have been gone because you are the one that need a car to go to work. So it's better you be your own security. Protect your car first. Before your car will get lost, then you start calling security. Before security will do whatever they need to do, help you to search for your car and find your car, your whole life would have been on standstill. How will I go to work the next day if I lose my car? Security. Security? There's security, but who will he pay most? You, the owner of the property that is lost. Before they finish their protocol, then you to write a report and go here, come today, come tomorrow. You understand? So because we often have this mindset that, America, everything is beauty, is rosy, is beautiful, there is angels that are living there. No, they are humans like you and I. Humans who steal, humans who lie too. Humans who can do everything that humans can do. So before you live wherever you are, just have that understanding that everything that happens where you are living is humans you're coming to meet over here. And whatever humans can do, the humans here too can do it. So you have to have that understanding, protect yourself, know what you're doing. Do not think that the next person close to you is an angel. It's human. So this day that I was telling you, while on that substitute job, you can imagine how heavy my heart was. I didn't even realize how heavy it was until my husband came to pick me up. Yeah, I don't even think maybe I've started driving that and maybe I've had a car. I worked so hard to buy that phone. Hard work. Maybe I even bought it on what do you call it? Credit. I'm paying instrumentally. Yeah, America. You can own anything you want to own. they can give you, credit and tell you to be paying small. But that was how that phone disappeared, and nobody did anything. You can imagine. I felt so helpless. I felt so disappointed. My heart was so heavy. My husband came to pick me. As soon as I opened my mouth to tell my husband what happened, I burst into tears. I was crying like a baby going home. And my husband was, like calming me down. I made up my mind never, ever to go back to that school and work, because I didn't like the treatment the management gave me. They didn't care. They didn't care. They didn't care. And it's all because, one, I don't think I was a citizen then. Two, they would have looked at you, oh, the way you talk, the way you sound, you are not indigenous. They know you may not pull troubles with them. Because I know that if it were an Akata person's phone that was stolen like that, she will shake them and the phone will come out. But I was kind of helpless, powerless, nobody to help me. Even the principal, the VP, they did nothing to those students. You can imagine. They were laughing at me. That was what I got from trying to control them as a substitute teacher. Who are you? That was what I got. So I made up my mind. I said, and even if they call me to come and work in this kind of school, I'm not going anymore. And I did it. I never, ever answered their call to go back there and work as a substitute teacher. I never did. And do you know what? Years after I'd, done my professional exam, got my teaching license, one day I went for a job fair. Lo and behold, that principal, he came to the job fair and he was he came to source for teachers in his school. And then he interviewed me, and I recognized him, but he didn't recognize me. And I even said, even though I was looking for a job, I said in my heart, I will not work with him. I'm so sorry. You understand? I'm so sorry. Like in my spirit, I said, no, I'm not going to work for you. You don't know me anymore, because I changed. I changed. The way I look today is not the way I used to look those days. God has helped me. You understand? So he was my husband that, I cried on his shoulders. He pacified me. Said, don't worry, we walked towards getting another phone. That really broke my heart. I'm telling you, this is just one out of many, many experiences. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't come. I'm saying get prepared. Prepare your mind. Have an open mind. You understand? There are cultural shocks. There are many, many cultural shocks. And it's the grace of God that will help you to overcome them as they come. You need the grace of God. You need the love of God. You need that love strong cord that cannot be broken, binding your family together, because after you've been battered outside, you understand, you need a family you can come home to and share your experiences and, laugh over it, cry over it if you have to, because that day I really cried. I won't lie to you. Phone that I think I was still paying for it. Yeah. I think I bought it from Best Buy on credit, and I was paying, like, every time you get some money, you pay them a little bit until you complete the payment. And then these students made away with it just like that, and nobody did anything about it. And I was so grateful to God they didn't make away with my wallet. What would I have done? My bank card, my ID card, and so many other vital things in my wallet. So that was the first day I cried as a substitute teacher in the United States of America. You heard my story, right? I have many more stories to share with you. And like I always say, I don't want this video to be too long. Please, I want you to please share my videos. We have a lot to talk about. Jokes apart, we have a lot to talk about. A lot. I have a lot, piled up. I have a good book. I'm always documenting and asking the Spirit of God, what to share. There's someone out there that need this encouragement, that need this enlightenment. um I need you please to share my videos, please like my videos, please subscribe. All right, please subscribe. Don't stop subscribing because where I'm not talking every day about Mohbad. Please, Mohbad, by the grace of God, we get justice. But I'm not that kind of person that likes to sit on one thing and just keep over emphasizing it, whether it's a truth or whether it's a lie. No, I don't do that. I don't want to be saying a lot of things that I'm not sure about and I speak and miss. You understand? So my own strategy of fighting for justice for Mohbad is different. Okay, so God is gonna help in that situation. I'm praying about it and God will help us. Okay, so please, thank you for listening. I'll continue. I have more stories to share with you. Okay, I'll continue my next post. Please subscribe to my channel and help me to grow. All right, Mohbad will get justice. All right, but right now let's focus on our families, and that would be a blessing too. Okay, thank you for listening. I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.